I think this particular system has been the most anticipated and requested of this entire series. So I kind of want to kick things off with one of the best pieces of advice I received when it came to building my business. Be a servant leader. When you help your team reach their goals, you'll reach yours every single time. Welcome back, doers. And yes, we are finally talking about sponsoring and onboarding. You've been asking for this. Now, some people use the word recruiting and sponsoring synonymously, but they are very different. Recruiting is what happens before someone starts their business. It's the conversations you're having, discussing the compensation plan and helping them choose the best starter kit. Think about recruiting like a military recruiter. Their job is to get you in the door, and then the drill sergeants do the rest. Being a sponsor is similar to the drill sergeants in this example, but in the fact that we instill beliefs, we show them how things are done, and we help them build community. So take a quick inventory. How are you at doing those things? Instilling beliefs, showing them how things are done, and helping them build community. I know I can always improve on all of those things. So let's kick this off. Something you can do before you start recruiting is get prepared. If you haven't looked into what your company does or offers to help new consultants start their businesses, definitely start there. The last thing you want to do is send them the same resources the company does. Maybe they offer a specific checklist or maybe an email drip campaign. Either way, take note of what they do so you can supplement. When you give them any supplemental information, ensure it can fit on the front and back of one sheet of paper. Any more, and they're going to run into information paralysis and they won't do anything. Now, one thing I get asked a lot is how I onboard new consultants. And to this I say, please just use whatever you feel comfortable with and can stay consistent with. I personally used to use emails, but texts are just so much more personal, so I use the campaigns within Project Broadcast. Mine is extremely simple. It's just 4 messages. Welcome, start your first link, first Fast Start Award, and second Fast Start Award. Next, before we word vomit launch information all over our new consultants, we first have to find out why they started in the first place. Those who only want the kit, or maybe they just want to get that percentage back on their purchases, would be considered on the slow and steady path. They aren't going to need much from you except a friend in the business and maybe a monthly check-in. Others who want that extra income or to replace an income would be considered to be on the launch path. These are the people you'll want to schedule some time with to see how you can best support them. Learning about your new consultants also helps them learn more about you as their leader. When you get to know your downline, you solidify that relationship, so they'll be more likely to open up to you, and together you can discover how to help them build their business. So some great questions here would be something like, what made you decide to start your business right now as opposed to last month or next month? And how much money would make you excited about your business? Remember those color personalities we talked about in the prospecting video? What color are your new consultants? How do they like to learn? Do they prefer to read or watch training videos, or do they just prefer to jump in feet first? Next, let's talk about coaching our team. Sometimes I'll have someone ask me, how can I coach someone when I've never done what they're wanting to do? A coach is someone who potentially has not done whatever the coachee is needing support on, but they know the right questions to ask using the coach model, so they find the best answers for them. And I'll include the coach model in the free resource, so be sure to grab that when you're done watching this video. On the other hand, a mentor is someone who has gone the way or done the thing the mentee needs support on and can answer specific questions on how they did that specific thing. This may or may not work for the mentee, as everyone does things differently, so always keep that coach model in the back of your mind. If you don't already coach your team, add this to your list of to-dos. Coaching empowers your consultants to take initiative and learn what works best for them in their business. It's a win-win situation for both you and your team. Plus, you don't have to have all the answers. Now, one caveat / hard pill to swallow / one of my favorite quotes on sponsoring is, I trust what you can show me. And this is from Grant Cardone in Be Obsessed or Be Average. Bottom line, always work with the working. People have to earn the opportunity for mentorship. People who deserve your time rarely ask for it, and the people who ask for it rarely deserve it. So rewind that, listen to that again. I would much rather work with an underperforming consultant who shows up every single day than the average performer who shows up maybe twice a month. Now, keep in mind that coaching is not a one-time event. It's a process. And I always ask how often they want to connect. Some want it weekly, others want it every quarter, or maybe not even at all. But respect what they want and honor their commitment. And most importantly, match their speed. Now, let's touch on the community aspect. So if you're just starting to sponsor, having maybe like a group messenger chat or a WhatsApp chat are great starting points while utilizing your upline's team support group. This will help you build community among your personal team. Now, once you're comfortable enough to start your own space, go for it. Consider your team group as your virtual assistant. It should house answers to the most commonly asked questions. Anytime someone asks you a question, answer them, then make a post about it in the group. So the next time someone asks, it'll be easy to tag them in that post. The less time you spend repeating yourself, the more time you'll have to build your business. The more organized your space is, the easier it will be to use. You can utilize tools within Facebook groups like guides, topics, albums, etc. You can also use pin posts in the featured section so your team knows which posts are the most important at that specific moment. Now, lastly, think about how you can make sharing your products and opportunity easy and duplicatable for your team. If your company has these tools, absolutely, hands down, use them. If not, how can you put something together? Maybe that's curated posts and images for a launch event or just general content ideas for your team. I like to keep these in boards so they're super easy to share and access. I also like to use the hashtag customer support group in my team support group so my team knows that they can use this post if they'd like in their customer spaces. Now, as far as the opportunity, and I mentioned this in the last video, I polled my team about the most frequently asked questions they get when it comes to the opportunity. I made up some slides in Canva, recorded kind of like a webinar, and I put it in Jotform apps. So if there's ever a time someone is interested, they don't have to know all the answers. They just have to share the tool. Well, if you had some aha moments or this got you thinking about how you can level up how you sponsor and onboard your new consultants, take a screenshot, share it in your stories, and tag me and tell me what your biggest takeaway was. Don't forget to grab that free resource. It's going to help you walk through and develop your own onboarding system. And while you're waiting for next week's video, definitely check out these other two over here. If you liked this video, be sure to share it with your business bestie because you know they want to see it too. And if you want to see more videos on this specific topic, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you get notification when next week's video drops. See you next time, doers.